The central drama in MobLand is all about the growing trouble between two powerful crime families, the Harrigans and the Stevensons. What starts as a clash between younger members quickly spirals into a dangerous confrontation that could lead to an all-out war between these mob dynasties. Understanding the roots, dynamics, and stakes of this feud is essential for appreciating the series' tense atmosphere and the fragile positions of characters caught in the crossfire. The immediate spark for the conflict comes from an incident involving Eddie Harrigan, Conrad's grandson, and Tommy Stevenson at a nightclub. According to witnesses, Eddie, while on drugs, violently attacks someone at the club, leading Tommy to run away and subsequently vanish. What begins as a personal dispute soon escalates when Tommy's family demands answers, turning the situation into a major crisis for both sides. Tommy's mysterious disappearance takes the conflict to a serious level. Richie Stevenson, Tommy's father, demands that the Harrigans produce Tommy, which puts immense pressure on them. Things get worse when it's revealed that Tommy has been killed and dismembered, with his body hidden in a freezer at the nightclub. This gruesome discovery transforms what could have been a manageable problem into a potential disaster for both families. As the tension mounts, the power dynamics between the families become clear. The Harrigans, being the more established group, initially try to handle things defensively. Conrad sends Harry to negotiate with Richie, hoping to buy time and gather information about Tommy's whereabouts. However, when the Stevensons attack the vehicle transporting Eddie to a safe place, Conrad takes action to protect his grandson while still wanting to avoid further violence. Richie Stevenson, on the other hand, becomes increasingly aggressive. His ultimatum to Harry, demanding immediate action, shows his impatience with peaceful solutions. Richie's decision to attack Eddie's transport vehicle and his threats towards Harry's daughter, Gina, mark a significant escalation, violating an unspoken rule that usually keeps non-participant family members safe. Harry's reaction to this threat shows that Richie has crossed a line, making it nearly impossible to resolve things peacefully. There are hints of historical tension between the families. When Eddie and Tommy are first mentioned together, someone comments on the significance of them interacting, suggesting a long-standing separation despite their coexistence in the crime world. Conrad's discussions about business expansion involving other criminal groups imply that their interests often overlap, adding to the complexity of the conflict. Questions about Eddie's reliability and what really happened that night add another layer of complexity. When Harry talks to Eddie's friends, they reveal that Eddie knew the club manager, which contradicts Eddie's initial story and suggests he might have planned the encounter. Eddie's drug use and violent behavior make him a liability in the eyes of some, though his grandmother sees it as confirmation of his place in the family. The discovery of Tommy's dismembered body raises the stakes considerably. While it's unclear who exactly killed Tommy, his confirmed death means there's now no chance of simply finding him alive to resolve the conflict. Richie learning of his son's murder makes a full-blown war almost certain, putting everyone involved in serious danger. This feud sheds light on the vulnerabilities within both families. The Harrigans face issues related to succession and the questionable reliability of Eddie, while Richie Stevenson's emotional responses to his son's disappearance affect his strategic decisions, potentially leading to counterproductive actions. Individuals caught in the middle, like Harry, face particularly tough situations. Harry, who is loyal to the Harrigans but also worried about his daughter's safety, must act quickly to find out what happened to Tommy. The threat against Gina makes Harry push harder in his investigation, leading to the grim discovery of Tommy's fate without offering a clear way to calm things down. Law enforcement adds another layer of pressure. Detective Fisk's interrogation shows that the police are already watching both crime families closely, and the increased violence between them might give law enforcement the leverage they need to bring them down. Fisk's comment about the net closing indicates that the escalating conflict is making both families more vulnerable to legal actions. Cultural and religious identities also play a role in the conflict. References to prayers and cultural backgrounds hint at deeper layers of association and conflict. As the story progresses, the likelihood of resolving the situation through negotiation diminishes rapidly. Richie's threats of widespread retaliation if Tommy isn't found escalate tensions further. Now that Harry knows the truth about Tommy's death but can't produce him alive, The series is set for an intense escalation of violence with potentially devastating consequences for everyone involved.